Hello viewers, thank you for visiting my channel and welcome to TechBuzzpedia Learning 2. So today we are going to learn on how to start the VMs using Postman. As a technical architect, I usually begin my day by starting the VMs because that is where the task begins. As you all know that starting the VMs can be done either from the LCS or from the Azure portal. But only if you have proper access to all this URLs, right? But what happens if a developer doesn't have access? So for instance, you have an option to stop the Azure VM based on the auto shutdown option. And you will also have an option to configure the VM to start because there is a template available. But if you plan to start the day in advance, so you need to wait for someone else from your team to start the VM, right? Yeah, so I was trying to find some or other way, and I hope this video will be useful to you because this is via a simple tool which is familiar to us. So what is our use case? This is mainly for the missing access, developer missing access, or even for the functional members who want to start their VM for doing some testing or whatever to access the VMs. This is a simple setup from the Postman because since we are already familiar with it, or even we can learn it because it's a standard setup and it might be very easy to learn also. And this is a secured one. How this can be done? Let us go to portal and I am in the app registration. Let us start by creating a new app registration. I have created a new app registration here, and the thing you need to note here is make a note of the client ID. Tenant ID usually remains the same if you are in the same subscription. Usually the client ID will be different for each app registration. And in the manage, go to secrets, client certificate and secrets. You need to create a secret as well because this is what it authenticates the request what is going to reach your VM. Make sure you note this value, secret value, because this would disappear. This would be in this format as soon as you navigate from the page. So this is very the complete value will be seen only when you create it. This is done, and I have a VM ready with me. I have created a VM. It is in the stop status at the moment. What is to be done? Go to Postman. I have the if you see, this is the normal token URL where you will be generating a token. I have given my tenant ID here. If you see, the tenant ID will be in the app registration. If you see, the tenant ID will be this ID. Let me just refresh. Yeah. So this is the tenant ID which I am passing here, and this is the client ID which is also seen here. Copy paste, and the secret. This is the URL which you will be giving because via this you are getting a token to access the Azure area, the management azureportal.com. So this is a simple setup. I think you are already aware if you are testing the developers who are all familiar with the OData testing. This is a token. Now going back to this generates a token to start the VM successfully. So you have one more your request where you will be passing the request to the Azure portal to start that particular mission. This is the URL here. And if you see, this is the management.com which you have passed it in your token, and followed by the subscription is the keyword. This is the subscription what you are using. So this is the subscription I am using, followed by the resource group. It is a keyword here. This is my resource group. If you see, the VM is in the resource group, this one. So I have just copy pasted it and kept here. And providers, Microsoft.compute, virtual machines. If you see, this is VM-1. This is the name of the machine. If you go here, the name of the machine will be VM-1. And the operation is to start the VM. That's it. This is a simple URL, the request which you will be passing to your Azure portal to start the VM. So let us start. I am generating a token. Okay. So let me copy and paste it in the authorization tab, you will be getting an error message. This is expected because this client ID doesn't have access. What I should do? Something is being missed here. Now if I go, I need to give access to my new subscription. I need to give a contributor access to the app registration which I have created here. So I am going to use a contributor. If I want, this is a, if you remember this name is TechBuzzpedia. This is my AAD app registration name. Select, review and assign. Now that this is done, if I try to generate it, let me generate the token again. Introducing. Let me do it. It is 202 accepted. Now if you go back to your VM, let us see in what state it is. Just keep refreshing. See, this is in the stop state. It will take few moments, few seconds. See, now it has turned to unknown state. It is starting. So it will be started in few seconds. So with this one, and how do you say it is secured? Because the VM is, you will be able to start the VM only if you have access to this particular app registration. So for instance, you can create the app registration for different purposes. So if you create the app registration dedicatedly for this purpose, then you will be able to secure. So anonymous access can be avoided. I hope this video is useful. Thank you for watching my channel. Please do subscribe if you like it. Have a great day. Bye.